Hey guys, it's Talia from Waldo County. I'm gonna be giving you guys a garden tour today. Today is June 20th on a Saturday. I'm watering my garden. It has been 90s and up for the last like 3 or 4 days, and we haven't had rain in like a week. So everything is really starting to get dry. But we've got the sprinkler system set up, and so I'm watering. I got some lavender, put it in this stump that my grandmother gave me. It's pretty cute. So then I got this pretty guy. I got all these plants on the clearance rack. At Walmart, they have clearance in the back section of plants that started to die, but water them and fertilize them and they'll come right back to life. Ailanthus, it's a perennial, which is sick because then it will come back. But yeah, these pretty pink flowers. And then I have a beard tongue, which is also a perennial. And it's kind of cool. It's like little bulbs. But yeah. Oh, and I got this cool. Went to a greenhouse, which they're totally wiped out because people that have never gardened in their life are gardening this year. So, but I got this cool, like metallic-y looking purple basil, and it's called Red Reuben. But that is pretty cool. I think that's all I got, but very exciting. Everything is starting to pop up, so let's take a look. This is my potatoes. This one has a little bud over there, but that one's huge. Then this is potato, then some little ones right there. So these I actually sowed in the ground. They're beans. I put them in the ground literally like a week ago. They're crazy. Then I got a marigold here, and then I had some pepper babies that I put over there. Corn is getting huge. So this is also a marigold. I just put the marigolds everywhere. This is a basil. Some dill, cilantro, more dill. Actually, this might be carrots. This is carrots. My onions are huge. More carrots. Whatever that was did not come up. I think it was supposed to be lavender. Onions, the whole row of carrots. Big. More onions, cilantro, more dill, and then I put a pepper over here. I had a lot of peppers. And then these are some marigolds that just haven't bloomed yet. Then got green beans. More green beans with some marigolds in there. So they're getting pretty big. Then I got some cucumbers that are gonna climb my trellis. And so this side I have pole beans and marigolds, and then I also planted peas just for the hell of it. They're getting huge. And they have these, so these little things will hook onto my trellis eventually. So they might compete with the pole beans, but we'll see. Little bucket I had made. These are peppers I planted. My pumpkin, it's exploding this week. It was so much smaller at the beginning of this week. They're watering and the sun is really helping it out. That's a little basil. And the black cherry, yellow pear, and sun gold cherry, tomatoes, rosemary. This thyme is getting pretty big. Then these are my early girl tomato plants. And this week alone, I have picked flower buds off of these plants at least twice and picked suckers. So if you don't know what suckers are, let's see if there is one. That's a sucker. I just picked this plant literally last night. This is a sucker. It grows in between this main stem and your branches. And you want to pick it off. Otherwise, it will look like a big bush, which you can do if you want. But if you pick off the suckers, it allows for the tomato to get taller. And to pick off the flowers, it does the same thing. They'll put too much energy into making flower buds and making fruit. And then they won't have enough time to grow bigger. And if you allow them to grow taller, then they will produce more fruit. So I wanted to talk about managing weeds and suckers and for tomato plants, picking off flower buds. I do that when I have the chance. I try to do a self-garden tour every day or every other day. And I just walk through, and as I'm walking through my garden, I pick out weeds and I do it as I see it. That makes it more manageable instead of picking a day every other week and going through and weeding everything. But as I've mentioned before, the wood chips and the garden fabric really help with that. So I don't have to manage too much, but I did want to share that because I don't spend a whole day picking weeds. I know a lot of people won't do gardens because they say they can't manage it. Well, it's not that hard. You just go down every day and pick a few weeds, and eventually it will be clean again. And you don't have to pick every weed. Don't feel like your plants won't grow if you don't weed every day, and there can't be any weeds in your garden. It's unrealistic. At least for me it is. So, wanted to share that. So what is important when you have a small garden, and especially when it is really hot out like it has been? Watering is very important, and if you think that your veggies or something is starting to wilt or it's having discoloration, you can also fertilize. So I just finished harvesting the romaine and kale, and I cannot believe how much we got. We're gonna have to give some away. Wow. So Hope Wyatt wants to eat salads. So this week I did buy more flowers. Shocker. I tend to buy plants every week, but I need to stop. But I buy my flowers local. There's a few people on my road and near my road that were selling perennials out of their garden. That's the easiest way to go about it, the cheapest way to go about it, because people often plant hostas, lilies, irises, and they spread like crazy. Their gardens get overwhelmed, so they pick them out and they sell them or give them away. And so that is what I did. So I bought this flower, which makes these great big rosebud heads that are huge. I can't think of what it's named. It starts with a P, but it's a perennial. And I bought this iris. I bought those from a little girl that lives down the road. She was selling them on the side of the road. And then I bought another clump of irises from a farmhouse. They had some on the side of the road for $5, so I bought them. Hostas are from my friend. Oh my God, it's flowering. So everybody says, well, annuals, they don't reflower. This annual I had in my house all winter. It was from last season, and it's reflowering. So annuals will reflower if you bring them inside. Obviously, that doesn't work if you plant them in your garden. Share your flowers. Pretty sure these are tiger lilies. I gave a bunch of them away. You could do it with irises, lilacs, anything that you have a lot of, share with your community.